Hey, what's happening there? You gotta get these wheels lubricated or something here one of these days. I think. I don't know. Still always fiddling with the fiddles and doing the sticks. How are you beautiful people doing tonight all across the tubes? You're crazy. You're sexy. Hopefully you're not wearing pants. We don't like pants around here. They're prison. I've heard from certain demographic that bras may be prison as well, but I'm not going to say what Zach has told me. Anyway, what's going on, guys? This is it's a late night. It's a late night. Wasn't expecting it, but then you know what happened? I decided, hey, did you hear this thing? There's a little riffraff's been going on this week. There's this controversial topic. Okay. Uh Evidently, people don't understand First Amendment. They think that First Amendment means that whatever I say is good and you should listen to me, and it's from the mouth of God. And then, but whatever you say is wrong and should be regulated. It's probably hate speech. And it's just kind of weird. We had this guy taken off the air, now he's back on the air tonight. But tonight, we're not going to worry about that because we got a better show going on. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let's see here. You guys been feisty in that chat, man. I kept looking there to see what the number was. Who was going to win the pool tonight on how late I would be before I got here. But anyway, Lost Souls, how you doing? Hey, by the time to figure plan. What's a plan? I always love when a plan comes together, but I never never really plan anything because it's all gonna change at the last minute. You gotta be able to go with it. But if I did do plans and I had a plan for, I'd be like, oh man, I should have like people like guests come on, like in and out, like a talk show, talk show. Anyway, and I just saw Lost Souls. I was like, Lost Souls, you'd been a perfect person. Why don't you know what you need to do, Lost Souls? You need to tell me sometime. Say like, hey, right now would be a perfect time. Let's stream together. I'd be like, okay, cool. 6 weeks later, when I got to your message. The Shane Drain's here. How you doing, buddy? Diane, wait, I may be asleep, but I'll be dreaming of this. Oh, yeah. Awesome. We love that. Yes, we love that. Or a squirrel ridden nightmare. Oh. Let's not talk about the multiple therapies. That gives you a shudder. It's a shuddering experience. 80s Music Man, how are you doing? Hey, thank you, Shane, for putting it. Be sure and put it on live chat. I had it on top chat. I miss things all the time. I miss things all the time. 80s Music Man, what's going on? Kimberly Ray, what is happening? Zach on time. What the? Yeah, I know. Well, Zach, were you raptured last night? We'll talk about that here in a second. Dan Barry Sports Highlights. How are you doing, sir? John H. What's up, bud? Linda Lazier. Good evening. Megan, no. How you doing? Expert on time? No way. I've been kind of like chomping at the bit. Zach says Supermod. Yeah, Zach's feisty when Spicy's not in the chat. That's what Miami Spice should be like. Yeah, Zach, let me see. Let me put your wrench in my toolbox. Wait a second. Oh, that. God, what the? Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Didn't think we'd make it all this way, but here we are. We're doing the deal and dealing the do. And Laura Wilk, how you doing? What's happening? Oh, I like it. Laura's popping out of a box. Yeah, that's it right. That's right. Younger, how are you? To be younger, to be younger. There's a lot of other things that could go with that. Beth, honey, how are you? I feel like I'm going back in time. Did I circle this thing around? Sweet fly mine. What's happened, babe? This is not how you start professional talk shows. You know that, right? But I just always say, "Hi Danielle, I gotta check your, message you sent me. I saw it, something was happening." I've been busy all day, and it's been weird. I've had, anyway, mm. Rose with Thorns was one thing's for sure, in my opinion, if everyone says the rapture will be in a certain day, it won't be. Isn't that amazing, Rose? You know? These people, never mind. I'm not gonna say it, but oh, I've got some. We're gonna have fun with that. We're gonna have fun with that. It's so fun. I did not realize there was. Yeah, I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in a second how I found out about it. Kathy Trout, how are you doing? This is the best late show. There we go. Gold star for Kathy, or a free Kool Aid. I don't know which one. I'm drinking it first. Vice baby, what's happening, sir? Don't be greedy and eat a late night quesadilla. I'm kind of hungry now you say that. You know what? It's some of the best quesadillas. It's just cheese in the sucker. It's basically, why do we call them cheese quesadillas? They ought to be called like a Mexican grilled cheese. I don't know. They probably don't have quesadillas down there. I don't know. I don't go, so I don't know. Could you imagine me in Mexico? That would last, that'd be a 15-minute nightmare. And then you'd never see me again. I know my role. I know what's happening. Anyway, Debbie, how are you doing? Um, guys, I'm thirsty all the time. Anyway, that was a dramatic thirst, wasn't it? Here we are celebrating the ability to laugh and well, you can cry if you want to, or sometimes you can laugh till you cry. That's the way I like it. But anyway, it's uh oh, Megan O. Boy, I'll tell you what, that iOS 26, I've been a beta tester on the not the public beta, but the developer because I'm a developer, right? Holy cow. I've had the worst time with it. At one point I was like, why? Why is it so why are people so eaten up with, oh, we gotta make it look cuter? I don't care if the buttons are clear or not. I just want them to work. But it's pretty cool though. It does look pretty cool. I just haven't had a chance to really jump into it. I like the camera stuff. I like the camera. Speaking of, man, I've been looking at cameras that for brown dog, surprisingly. Not surprisingly. For is surprisingly. Anyway, so that's all I got there. Guys, it's been a wild night since seeing you last. Again, thank you for everybody who has unsubscribed. If you could just continue to do that, if you're catching up, like if you know somebody who needs to unsubscribe, could you go ahead and let them know? I think that I think murder is a horrible thing. Okay, I think that killing somebody over their opinions is a horrible thing. So go ahead and unsubscribe if that just breaks your heart and twist. Oh, oh my gosh, could you imagine? Never mind. Some things I gotta keep inside. Oh, so hard to, but anyway, we're making it. We're making it good. So what was the thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, man, lots of stuff has happened since last night. Holy cow. We got the rapturing, right? So this is what I woke up to. I woke up to Volstorm. God bless his soul. He sends me on X. He retweets out or whatever that Google via YouTube Alphabet as hey Debbie, you know what? Love you. Um uh has reached an agreement, didn't reach an agreement. Uh came to terms, I don't know the correct words for it, with the congressional jur my words don't work. What's it called? Hang on a second. Let me just read the real words. the judiciary. Gosh, I couldn't think of the judiciary committee. Gosh, judicial committee, right? I don't know. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Murder is murder. Murder is definitely wrong. That is 100% correct. 100% correct. And but isn't it weird though that people take that as I've never seen a political thing like this before. And I will say, um, congratulations, Jimmy Kimmel. You get your talk show back. Charlie Kirk still doesn't have his. So, anyway, there is so much in the Google letter to Congress that I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do a video on it because I know there's a lot of y'all would get bored with it. You guys know I dive into that stuff. I find the YouTube-ness of things very interesting, right? And they admit a lot of stuff that I've been trying to say over all this time. You know, like when I got started, those were the things and all stuff. And it's amazing. It's an amazing thing. We're gonna read a little bit highlights of this because that's the funny part. We're gonna read that. And then you also got, there's the guy. Did you hear about this guy? He got convicted. It was so was it like July, August, something like that? A guy made an attempt on President Trump last year and nicked his ear. Man, you ever see that video? It's lucky, lucky. Like that, real quick. And anyway, then like a month or two later, there's a guy that got into a gunfight with the Secret Service at like 5 feet away. They fired multiple times and didn't hit the guy. Weird. Maybe they need to go back through basic training. And um he won't be back for long. His contract won't be renewed. Oh, that's something. I'm so glad. I don't know what it is, John H, about your words there that remind me of this. So we don't have the whole ABC thing. I found that out. I don't watch any of it. So I found out that we don't have it. So, but tonight, this is the big deal. Disney is the parent company of ABC, and they were saying like, oh man, we've been losing so many subscribers on Disney Plus. And they're trying to say that's because of the whole Jimmy Kimmel situation. And by the way, you just go back to the root of it, it's like this whole like free speech thing and everything else. That has nothing. It's a private thing. It has not. There's no free speech involved here. I can tell you to shut up. I don't have to listen to you. Right? Uh, but government, that's where you start having restrictions. The government is restricted from restricting you from certain rights. Okay. But everybody likes to get wrong when it's their narrative. And anyway, so Kimmel's coming on tonight. We don't have those platforms. Guess what? We do have those platforms. White Rabbit informed me tonight she had to subscribe because it's football season, and we've got the dads. Right, they're watching the football, and ooh, I did not see Cruella, but back in the day, they had Gina Carano. Gina Carano, she is guilty of wrongthink. She goes into the voting booth evidently and wrong thinks her way out. And she put up a post when all this stuff was happening, all this like weird, all the riots, the protests, George Floyd stuff, all that stuff was happening. She put up a quote, and the quote comes from Auschwitz. And all of a sudden, because she put it up there, that made it, they decided that she was a bad person because she's not Jewish and she's not allowed to talk about things that the plight of the Jews or whatever. I don't know. It was the craziest argument I've ever heard in my life. Disney kicked her off the Mandalorian. Um, a lot of people left Disney Plus. I was one of those, and it was no big deal. Disney didn't make a thing of it, but now they're saying, "Oh man, all these people have left because of Jimmy Kimmel." So this goes back to White Rabbit saying that she re-upped the subscription for football. Guess what? You know why people were leaving? You know why? Because there's a 12% price increase that goes into effect next billing cycle. She told me that. She's like, I can't believe this. This went up, whatever went up. I was like, hold on, how much was it? How much is it next month? Let's see if my math. Okay. I think that's 12%. So people always drop off when there's a price increase. And nothing to do with it. Boy, they sure did spin it in their way, didn't they? That's okay. That's how you do politics. You make the other guy's argument your own, but you make them look like a buffoon. We're not really doing this because that's crazy. Yeah, you are. You are doing it. And you have us convinced you aren't. Anyway, so good luck to old Jimmy. Evidently, he's going to have Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. That's a winner. Oh man, could you imagine? That's gotta be a snooze fest. Um, oh, uh, Gavin, their state's number one in gasoline price, taxes, income taxes, crime, uh, everything that there's a statistic, everything that they keep a track of because you keep track of the bad things. They are part of. Hey, Dave Nelson, what's going on? Um, you're making fun of me. Wait, I don't know. I don't know because if you're saying it's a good rant, and you're being serious. I'm like, oh, you haven't heard me rant. If you're giving me a hard time, then I can appreciate that because I go off on tangents. Debbie says I dropped them because I don't believe in what they believe. Period. Yeah, it's crazy. Here's the thing: they don't have good content. I mean, man, whatever they're doing with Star Wars and all these little Star Wars shows, that little the Mandalorian, you got little baby Yoda. Okay, it's just I can't stand that thing. I'm trying to kick it. It's like a frog, man. It's a big old ugly frog. I don't want that thing around me. Look, he looks smelly. I was like, oh yeah, doing all that stuff. It's like, who's changing that diaper? The guy in a big metal suit. Oh my gosh, it's just weird, man. Anyway, and Pedro Pascal, man, boy, that guy, is there anything he hasn't been in? I can't figure out why anybody likes him. He's just, I mean, I see him come on the screen, I think, oh God, I'm sure there's something's happening. He's going to be, whatever it is. They caught him. He was real grabby with his female co-stars, especially like on red carpet events and stuff like that. And then he said, "Oh no, I have anxiety issues, and so I like to hold on to somebody." And then the internet did its thing. They came back and said, "Yeah, but when there's not a female around, you're not grabbing anybody." Yay, Pedro! I looked at Baby Yoda and sounds cool with fire. Well, maybe. So, what else was there? We got that. I got oh yeah, and then so the Rapture. So I haven't talked I haven't talked to Miami Spice in a few days, since before Friday, and, uh, I may not be talking after tonight's stupid comments, I may not be talking to her again, but anyway, uh, she picked up the phone, she goes, "So you survived the Rapture?" And I was like, "I don't know. What are you talking about? What's happening?" I was excited about the Google the stuff with Congress, because she was with me when there were things like she said today she had no idea that when she got around YouTube that you'd have words you could not say. You could not mention things about the election. You couldn't mention. things about the pandemic. You couldn't mention things about conspiracies, and it was so weird how like what you could and couldn't do changed week from week. We used to try to like get like there'd be like lists going around. You'd be sending to each other and be like, these are all the words you can't say. I looked at the list, it was like 500 words. I said, I'm not reading it. I'm just gonna go out there and just try to be cool. Um, oh, I think that's backwards. When we'd be left behind if we were still here after Rapture. Yeah, that's what she said something to me like that. I was like, I didn't because I said, "Oh, I didn't know I got raptured today." She's like, well, you didn't because you're here." And I'm like, was like, yes, there's my man right there. Birds aren't real. Birds aren't real. Let's go. I thought about you today. I was like, I wonder if it's a serious man. I had a serious question. I don't know why in the world, but it's like I wonder what Lesko's most proud moment has ever been. Right? And, everybody always says like birth of a child or something like that. But it's like just like that one time when you're like a teenager, whatever, or maybe college, and you're just like, damn, I did good. I don't know why I thought of you and that question. It's crazy, man. Oh, probably because you were over there on Baker's, man. You made that you commented first before I did. I was trying to get in there because he had that Memphis Bridge, baby. It's weird. White Rabbit asked me if Broken Baker's okay. No, was it her? No, it wasn't. It was Miami. She said, "Is there something we need to know about him? Is he doo 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 doo?" And I'm like, "Well, how do you know when they're European?" Um, dude, man, you got me. You got me because I lost my job today, and I was like, "Pepsi, who? Where's Pepsi?" I looked, I saw Shane name, and I looked back, I was like, "Lost my job today." Shane's name, I'm like, What?" I tested positive for coke, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you got me. You got me." There she is, Iron Rabbit. How are you doing? I was thinking about you today too because you've been here so long. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like all the all the stuff with YouTube. They said that they're gonna bring back creators like content they took down, and I'm like, I don't know, or creators that they took off the air. They're gonna bring them back. I'm like, well, it's too late. I mean, they're not coming back after 4 years or something. But then it's like I saw that the content started coming back up from other people, and I haven't looked to see because I have a few things that were taken down, and I had uh, I had footage of things, live events. And I was like, I'm just archiving this for history's sake, and then next thing I know, I got a message about it's like racy for the system. And anyway, yeah, I thought about you, and I was thinking about Paul Harvey. I don't know why. It's weird. And I'll tell you, okay, before she comes in, I thought about Rosalind Duke too. Let's go, Iron Rabbit and Rosalind Duke. Maybe I have a fever. I don't know. Or this is the start of a really bad joke because I can't tell good jokes. Oh my gosh. Go to bed. That's where we all belong, in bed. See, y'all? Guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. Still have the banned word list. It was go with the bad jokes. What's happening? Are the bad jokes in bed? I don't know. Being in bed's a bad joke. Well, it is with me. But anyway. Mm. I have had so many Diet Cokes. I took a sip of one earlier, and my stomach just turned upside down. The only thing we got left are non-alcoholic beers. Is that not sad? Is that not sad? Holy cow. Um, that's a Happy Farmer. I thought Happy Farmers or Jolly Ranchers. Um, Well, hello, Little Miss Red Velvet. Put cake after that, and I'm all about it, man. Uh, uh, I've got my filter needs to start working. It worked good that time, but anyway, not sure where I've seen you before, but the expert is on my YouTube list. LOL. Well, that's not LOL. We're having a good time. I'm glad I'm on your YouTube list. It's better than most lists I'm on, you know? So I thought I'd pop in and say hi. Well, I am so happy you did Little Miss Red Velvet. I appreciate that. And stick around, say, hang out because tonight is the better late show. Oh my gosh, Iron Rabbit, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. That reminds me, probably the link probably is now expired, but I'll update it. You guys thank Iron Rabbit if you got a membership. There's by the way, I did the whole I dumped all those shorts in to members only last night, so you can see what I was laughing at the other day. And you have access to that. Yeah, and Sunday nights I do the live members thing only, except I didn't do it this Sunday. I thought I was being cute, and that didn't work, you know. So anyway, wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Party time with the Dancing Connors. Have you been a guest on somewhere? You sound like you're enjoying yourself. I'm a Brit, by the way. Well, welcome from across the pond. Hope you're safe over there. Well, I don't get any. America's never really gotten any good news source from other countries, and because you know what they say, Americans only think about Americans. And but I I do catch every once in a while something. And you guys had a big party. It looked like the other weekend, and that's I don't know what it's happening. It's weird. I have a weird algorithm. But have I been a guest on somewhere? Yeah, I'm a lot of places. Um, I think I am. Uh, are you watching another stream and commenting over here, Fire Fairy? The Wiggles goes against all my man senses. I didn't. Well, what you need to do is you need to join the Wiggles. Wait, hold on. I don't know what I'm saying, John. Oh, gotcha. Well, welcome. I I just can't think what I don't know, guys. What else have I? Do I go to other channels? Now that I think about it, I don't know if I go anywhere. Kimberly Ray gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Kimberly Ray. I know what all you gotta do is just ask. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. The last one was for Zach. It was an instructional video. Well, hang on. Yeah, I stay away from drama. Well, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Um, hey Sylvie, how you doing? Oh yeah, see, look and sound better, and you put it in here. I knew it. Well, good. You need to laugh. Everybody needs to laugh. Have you been to bed or are you going to bed? That's what we need. We need a manly wiggle for my sensitive manly emotions. That's what Zach says. Something like that. But then Zach doesn't really believe in emotions either. So it's a you know what's funny? I used to have the diva intro, and that got booted by the copywriters. Nobody likes to have a good time. Everybody's always in my, oh, you just woke up. Good morning. Oh, wait, Oh, what was her? I can't think of her name. Um, I was thinking maybe that's how you know me. Right, but or if you guys have a what's that place y'all have? Liverpool? Or, I'm messing it up. I'm messing it up bad. But anyway, the local police station probably has a most wanted. I always look out for those. It's the only reason why I have a post office box. Go in there and take. I wouldn't know what I looked like if it wasn't for the post office. Anyway, um, let's see here. What was the thing? Well, yeah. uh, let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, real quick. Okay, let's see here. Get back on track, dummy. Where was I? I said we'll get back on track, and they're like, wait, well, I was on a track. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I didn't even know that one was up there. God, all these buttons. They told me something else new on StreamYard, and I forgot what it was. I mean, they every day they've been doing. It's like, oh, you got a new feature. I'm like, I don't need new features. Hey, Island, how you doing? I need Betsy Weingartner. Good to see ya. But I don't need new features. I just need this thing to run. I need to not kick off my microphone. That'd be nice. All right, here you go. So let's go over here and we'll do this real quick. You know, there's like a 15-page letter stuff. I was thinking about, oh man, I'm gonna get the highlighter out and we just do all the fun stuff. But it really made me think about the history of YouTube and my history with YouTube. And it's so crazy. And this is probably the biggest story to ever affect. Think about there's millions of people out there that are doing this stuff. And like, all of y'all that are in the chat, this affects all of you. And it's I don't know if it's getting its due diligence, but we'll go through it real quick. It'll be fine. It'll be, I promise you, just if you're on the cusp of falling asleep, this will put you there. If you're not, you're like, how can this be fun? Well, just give me a chance here. So Google admits a censorship under Biden, promises to end bans of YouTube accounts and thousands of Americans censored for political speech, which I get it. So like today, because of the whole Kimmel situation, this is a good thing. It's not that it's a good, well, I mean, it's a good thing for us. Like this should never happen in the first place, but it's a nice little twist of the tie-in. Yeah, I have a plan. I really try to think like, how do you do a actual show? I'm such a dark. All right, so thanks to the oversight chairman Jim Jordan, which by the way, that guy he looks exactly like you see him on TV in real life. He's I think he's tall. It's weird. People say like he's tall. I'm like, well, I decided he's average because I guess I'm tall. I didn't know till Roseman Ranch that I was tall. And she told me so. Uh, Google commits to offer all creators previously kicked off of YouTube due to political speech violations. I mean, think about that, political speech violations. This is in the United States of America. And those words were used in a sentence. Political speech violations. I'm not a candidate. I'm not putting my signs, you know, 4 feet from a road or I mean, there are certain things you can have restrictions on, but a conversation of ideas that pops into your head, like, you know, if you encourage somebody to eat well to help avoid getting a infection, is that what you're calling it? Whatever it is, the getting cover your mouth so you don't get the flu, right? Uh, that was something that could kick you off. You lose your channel because you are not a doctor. You're offering medical advice. It's such a weird and dark time, and I'm even though I'm relieved to see this, that's instilled in me. How do I don't know if I trust changing. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Anyways, political speech violations such as COVID-19 and elections, an opportunity to return to the platform. So people that are kicked off can come back. Google also admitted the following to the House Judiciary Committee. One, the Biden administration pressured Google to censor Americans and remove content that did not violate YouTube policies. How does that work? Y'all, that's just that is a how does that work? What do you mean the administration pressured them? Who? Who called? Like, what did they say? How? I mean, that's a hey, Shians, how you doing? Iron Rabbit, God bless you. Good night, and thanks for keeping me out of YouTube jail. Um, what do I think is a good idea? Luminous Red Velvet. I think the best idea is always to not wear pants because they're restrictive. Um, don't wear pants. Birds aren't real. And God bless. God, hey, there you go. Here's one for you. God save the king. The Biden administration's censorship pressure was unacceptable and wrong. Well, I mean, that just seems weird. It's like telling a child, oh, wait, hold on. I didn't bring that back up. It's like telling a child, now you need to admit what you did. It was unacceptable and wrong. It's weird language. But again, this is an idea. I just want to show you guys. This truly was weird. The paranoia and everything that I talk about it that I have, this is this legitimized it. It's weird. I talk to people and I try to tell them, uh, maneuvering through the YouTube atmosphere is very hard to do. It's you didn't know what was going to be the new list of bad words. Let's hear public debate should never come at the expense, the expense of relying authorities. The company will never use third-party fact checkers. That is the one. So they're like, "Oh, we're using third-party fact check." Who? Who? How do I do this? Well, who are the fact checkers? Like, can I see who they are? Can I see so I can get an idea of what they're looking for? I mean, it's just it's bizarre. And Europe's censorship laws target American companies and threaten American speech, including the removal of lawful content. That's one I don't know about. Like, I need to look more into that. I've heard Elon say that a couple of times, right? Or whatever. I don't know. These major mentions come after Chairman Jordan subpoenaed Google and years long investigation into the company. Now, here's something I got for you. Everybody likes to say, "Oh, what happened? We got to see the Epstein files, all that stuff." And I'm sitting here going, "Dude, that's just smoke and mirrors to try to. There's something else going on." This is a big deal. This Google thing, it's admitted to, but yet we don't know who who called them and pressured. How do you pressure a company like that? It was crazy. Um, oh, there you go. Global marketing is my area of expertise. YouTube as a platform interests me. Well, you want to be a YouTuber? Because I always tell people, I used to encourage everybody, yeah, we need more, we need good content, we need more creators and stuff like that. Now I don't. No, I tell people don't do it because it's a weird world. You meet weird, glorious people. Hey, Libby, how you doing? No, I love Libby. I don't want anybody to think that I would mean it differently. Libby's a good guy. He's solid. Um, I don't think I'm following you. Uh, uh, Red Velvet, the development thing. Anyway, um, yes, there she is. Roseman, I was just saying, I was like, I didn't know I was tall till you told me I was. Oh, I have a picture to send you, Roseman. Oh, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna I can't wait. After the stream, I'll send you a message. It's fun. It's really cute. It's really, really cute. But I saw and had so many emotions. First emotion was, how'd we get on this list? Um, oh. Talking about creators and channels, it's the style of the creator and then the content. So you are outside the algorithm then, Red Velvet, of what they do. Yeah. Guys, everybody here knows that they promote the single topic, right? It's like you want to know Karen Reed case is a really big one because she's back in the news, and every time you see it, you see the same channel start popping up real big. To me, that's very boring, and that's not a longevity. It's not evergreen content as they call it. You got to be able to talk about anything at any time. That's the way I do it. And so there is no prep here on this show. That's for sure. It shows. It shows. Oh my gosh. Um, I'm so glad to see Connor back, man. I was thinking about you guys. Connor decided to get out of the witness protection program. They wouldn't let him eat chopstick pizza. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you ought to be watching Friday Night Live. It stars Connor and everybody else. I love laughing at myself because it keeps me from crying. Um, let's see here. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so check this out real quick. We're gonna do this. This is just because it's so weird. I think this is the one. Let me make sure I got the right. I do have the right article. Um, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be doing the article thing. I'm just trying to. We're just gonna roll. I don't know what we're doing right now. My world's so crazy that this keeps me sane. I love making fun of it all. I love making fun of it. And then when I love having people unsubscribe. Thank you. I didn't know that. I didn't realize you weren't welcomed here. Anyway, go back over here. So this is the guy who did the assassination attempt. Yeah, there you go. He tried to stab himself with a pin in the courtroom. Who does that? A crazy person, obviously, right? I mean, think about that. Well, he represented himself. Who does that? A crazy person, obviously. Anyway, there was the last year was 2 assassination attempts. He has sentencing coming up. All right, this is what I wanted to tell you. In nearly an hour-long closing argument on Tuesday, Ralph, is that how you say it? Looks like it. Mouth, Ralph. Ralph said that there was no intent to kill because the trigger was never pulled. There's no intent. Never mind the fact that you tracked him. Hold on. Well, anyway, the gun, the trigger was never pulled. The gun was never fired, and no one was hurt. So look at this. I'm serious. This guy said this in court. This is defense. That's the closing argument. So no crime. Hey, nothing happened. I had a gun. I tracked the president down. I had a gun. I was pointing at him. I was on the edge. I was sitting there. I got shot at a bunch of times, but I never pulled the trigger. So there ain't no crime, man. I don't know why we're here. I can't go. Or something. Can you go make a phone call real quick? Anyway, then the guy gets like a big pin. Goes, he thought he was John Wick. The guy tried to John Wick himself. He stabbed himself with a pencil. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. And I know. So here's something else. I know this is a lot of people say, but this is a serious thing, expert. You shouldn't make fun of it. Guys, this is happening so often every day that we don't laugh. Listen, last night I started getting down into a funk. I was like, I gotta get off the tubes. I gotta get away from all this stuff. There's just so much is happening. Anyway, um, let's hear. Oh, there's another part I love. He said the shooting was never going to happen because it was never in his heart. What? It was I never it was in my heart, my feelings, my feel there's no crime, no crime, I didn't pull the trigger. What? What is happening? That's okay, he represented himself, so that's usually that means you have an idiot for a client and an attorney. The prosecutor said he spent weeks plotting to kill Trump. When he was running for president, head of the incident saying that those aren't coincidences, that's a plan, said the prosecutor. Wait, Chris Brown. Is that Rihanna's ex? Right? Isn't Chris Brown? The prosecutor was Chris Brown? You can't make this up. I couldn't do this. Oh, you're impatient. What happened? What were we doing? Cynthia, the jury only took 10 minutes to complete. Yeah, it was a very short thing, they said. No intent. There's no intent because I didn't do anything. It wasn't in my heart. Yeah, you know, I told your wife. You're like, honey, I spent all night at the strip club, but I didn't enjoy it. And I didn't there's no intent to do anything. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is the best part. This is the best. I love this right here. Prosecutors also, oh wait, hold on. Before then, he had a loaded round in the chamber and the safety was off. But he didn't pull the trigger, so there's no intent. Loading a round in the chamber and taking the safety off are two intentional acts, dummy. But he didn't pull the trigger. Yeah, dude. Dude. Anyway, the best one, look at this. Um, prosecutors also allege in court filings that he attempted to acquire an anti-aircraft weapon to shoot down Mr. Trump's plane. What flea markets is he going to? I mean, I just want to find some fireworks with a little extra powder in them. Anti-aircraft weapon? Who's even thinking that's something you're going to do? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It probably wasn't in his ass either. Most bowel movements also don't require intent. Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining Rosie coming out of the ladies' room going, who does Mr. 2 work for? Yeah, could explain the lack of alert. He as he was driving away, his daughter's like, Dad, I love you, I love you. It's like, I don't know. It was probably um oh, you'll find out in an hour and a half callbacks. Godspeed on that one. Break a leg on that one. I hate saying break a leg, but it's the appropriate thing to say to a thespian. Anyway, you guys want to have some fun? Okay, we gotta get back to the rapturing, right? That was so cool. Hang on, we gotta put earbuds in for this one because we gotta be able to listen. Oh gosh, listen, hang on. I had no idea. Of course, what is the greatest dumpster fire in this wonderful thing that Al Gore invented? The internet. Nothing but else but TikTok. Oh, by the way, I see that Red Velvet left. Awesome. I ran another one off. I don't mean to. I really don't mean to. I love each of you guys. I do mean that part. Um, even Lesko. And what's the guy's name? Zach. Yep. Oh man, guys, could you imagine somebody coming in here, like new people? They don't last a second. Oh no, I just saying. I looked up and I didn't see. I haven't seen Red Velvet. Yeah, there's no more comments. I was like, oh good, I ran ran her off. That's another one. It's a common theme right now. Let's go. Yeah, I think I'm down like between here and Twitter's like 70 people. Yeah, like they're intentional. Oh man. And I've gotten a few messages from people. I'm like, man, I don't care. Just I think it's funny you think that now I'm gonna read my messages. You know? There she is. I said it, didn't I? Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it? The one, the only, the Wiznut himself. Shizzy, how you doing, man? Get on in here. What's happening? Guys, have you ever met Shizzy Wiznut? He's a cool dude. He is by far my shortest friend, but I love him anyway. I love every inch of him. Like that didn't come out as good as I thought it was. Anyway, if you ever need a bartender, don't forget Shizzy Wiznut comes with his own mini bar. Right there he is on the left. He's out there. He's reaching for that tip. He knows what to do. Wait, why does everything I say now make me regret life? I'm so lost. Yeah, I so that there she is. What? I was learning that. What does that mean? I was I said there's three people I was thinking of today: Iron Rabbit, Let's Go Brandon, and Rosalind Duke. Just completely random thoughts. And each one of them had a specific thing. And then there she is. I said if she comes in here, it'll be the full Shiz McDizzle. Oh my gosh. So let's have some fun with this, all right? It's um hey, Rosalind, you're here. Did you get Rapture today? It was the big rapturing. I didn't know about this. I feel so dumb. I was so proud of myself. I still am not sure what Mercury in retrograde means, but I know it lasts till October 5th. And also, I found out that it will mess with electronics. That's a new one. What's the other thing? Mercury retrograde. Something else I didn't know. And then the rapturing. Oh, the shizzy people are here. How you doing, guys? Hey, hell, I'm back. What's up? You still like me? Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Um, Absolutely amazing. As a Calvinist, I'm not surprised no one is missing. Oh, well, hey, listen, guys. It is like I said, it is it is the great is the great thing of TikToking and all that stuff. Oh man, look at all these beautiful people. Thank you guys for coming in. Please hit that thumbs up if you don't mind. And we are doing the Better Late Show. Evidently, there's a show over on the network TVs that is wait, we're not here for that. You know, nobody's got time for that. What we have time for is having a good time, relaxing, motivating, demotivating, motorboating, whatever you want to call it. We're there. Um Hey, Brenda Velazquez. Why did I stuttered on your name? Did you catch that? That's so bad of me. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why bad. I don't know why. Well, I do know. I'm exhausted. I'm done. I'm worn out. Heather May, how you doing? Wait, hold on. I'm at Donita. Is that how you say it? Donita, how are you? Uh, Robin 9597. What's up? I'm trying to do everybody I see new. Hey, is it Colleen? Did I get that right? How you doing? What? All the motorboating. Oh, yes. Where are we going? We're motorboating where? I'll do it. Why don't they have like? Oh, wait, hold on. Do they have that? I'm talking to myself right now. I need to stop. Those squirrels, man. Hey, Muppet Outdoors, how are you doing? Wait, hold on. Wait. What did I say? Did I give 3 syllables and it's 2? Donita? Take a letter, Donita. Address it to my wife. Tell her I won't be coming home. I gotta start a new life. Boy, I'll tell you what, 60s music, man. I love that stuff. Who knows what they were smoking? It seems like everybody's maybe did they do drugs in the 60s? I don't think so. But that's what it feels like when you listen to all the good time rock and roll. Um Oh, that reminded me something about oh, yeah. Bob Seger came on, like, a playlist type thing, and, yeah, Good Time Rock and Roll, and I was like, "I can't ever listen to this song because when you hear it, you imagine Tom Cruise in his underwear, and that's not something I need to do." That's like, where John H. was just saying, like, this was giving him, flashbacks. That's the age of Aquarius, which I think is a horrible song, right? Hey, Mama Coles, how you doing? Just watching and listening. Hey, just make sure you hit that. Mm. That's how you pronounce thumb in expert language. Mm. Like that. And like my thumbs, I snap. I don't know. I pop it. I pop it. What oh my gosh. Ralph Rummel, how you doing? Guys, I was talking about Shizzy today. I was on the phone. I've been driving and I was still in the car, right? And I pulled over to talk because I was on the phone. And then all of a sudden, short bus went by. I was like, "Oh, wait a second here. Oh, wait, hang on. Janice, how you doing? What's up?" I was like, well, if that's hey, listen, that's the only reason I've given you. Anyway, short bus went by. I said, "Oh, she's gonna get out." And then I kind of laughed to myself. I was like, "Man, that would be kind of cool if Shizzy had a short bus." Like he turned into like an RV type thing, but it looked just like a school bus on the outside. I was like, that would go with the whole thing. Maybe like a food truck. Turn a short bus into a food truck. Oh man, I'll tell you what, if he can make those square school pizzas, you guys have those? Dude, I was laughing so hard at myself. I was like, that's so dumb. And I was inappropriately laughing. I had to mute myself. I was like, this isn't helping at all. And then I realized that I was a guy on the side of the road wearing sunglasses, and kids were getting off school buses. I felt like I gotta get out of here. I don't like being around kids. It's like, I'm a weirdo. I'm 100,000% a weirdo. Oh, tacos in a food truck? That's a wait, hold on. Who makes the quesadilla? That's what Connor had. He had a bad quesadilla. Right. Yeah, yes, the square pizza and corn. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I didn't get that stuff, man. That corn. I remember seeing that. I don't know why I can see it. And those little chocolate milks. Oh, I just had, you know what? I don't want to talk about school anymore. I had PTSD from school, y'all. I spent way too many years. That's right. Today's Taco Tuesday. I forgot about that. I did take my trash out though. I did take my trash out. That's a nice one. Uh, Janice and B, how you doing? Turn to 1804. A bad case of Dia. Oh, yes, yes. Well, I know that's 100% true. Hey, Shelly, how you doing? For y'all that don't know the chat, like I've always loved Shelly. Then just one day I'm screwed up her last name. I'm like, how come my tongue stopped working with my teeth and my lips and everything? And now I've been embarrassed to ever say it again. But it's Huckabee. But I just say, hey, Shelly. That's how this brain does it dysfunctions. That's how it does. Alicia G, how you doing? Go Mariners won the West first time since 01. Oh wow. Wow. Mariners are the I've only been to 2 parks. Man, if somebody wanted to go to all the parks, I thought that'd be cool. But yeah, Mariners first team I ever saw play baseball in real life. Better than Volson or the bad case of Diva. I mean, I haven't seen her in a while. Maybe they're Hey, people are dropping off. That's kind of cool. We got who's that other guy? Valhalla, he's gone too. He's gone too. Oh my gosh. Hey. What am I doing here? Hold on. Oh, I hit that button. I think I adjusted some. I've got the darkening program. I was like, oh, this is so wonderful. It saves my everything because the screen's too big. Am I making sense? Maybe I'm having a stroke right now. Oh my gosh. I promise you, we're going to get to the rapturing. It's some of the greatest stuff I've ever seen. It's some of the greatest stuff I've ever seen. Hang on a second. Let's see here. You know what? Of all times for me not to have my stuff turned on. Anyway, check the basement and bring bolt cutters. Yeah. I need bolt cutters for more than one thing. Let's go. You want to go to Vegas with me? It won't be a fun trip. It'll be a business trip. Blazy, how you doing? I'm so parched. Aspirin. Well, did you hear the news about Tylenol? Huh? Did you hear this? Like, wait, turn your stuff on, actually. Okay. I didn't even try to click that. It just popped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be fun. It would be the bolt cutters reminded me. Vegas Rick's got I promised him that if he ever got rehitched, I would take bolt cutters and unhitch him. I didn't want to make that promise, but I did. Anyway, from watching the bowling league. You can get coffee or something. I love that. Or something. Heather. Oh, sorry. Would I imply? Hi, Bear. What's up? All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have it? I don't have anything. Do I have it? No, I don't have anything. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Hey, Shizzy, what's happening, man?
You're never going to get those bolt cutters on him. I'm telling you.
I think he's already circumcised, and so it's a second circumcision. Dude. I feel I was sick. Yeah, because like I didn't want to have the conversation with him in the first place, and he's like one of those, like, he's like grabbing me. He had a few maybe cocktails, and he's like grabbing me. He's like, you have to promise me you'll never let me do it again. He did it.
He did it. He's doing it.
Hey, Bear's awesome. Do what? Chiz?
He's doing it again. He's doing it all over again.
That's what I'm like, dude, no, you can't do that. You can't. It puts me in a very precarious situation. That's why I was asking Lesko if he wants to go for a strictly business trip. Well, Hall will never go near sand again, he says. But yet, I think he has a kitty litter box in his backyard.
No, it's goat litter box.
I didn't know you could do that. Hey, I have to interrupt this message for some. Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Wiggle, wiggle. maybe not. Thank you so much. We're oh, wait a second. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. For some reason that time I was like, man, maybe not, maybe yes. I don't know. And I was like, I cannot be talking like this. This is not what I want to go down that route.
You always go down this route. It's nothing new. It's nothing new with you.
Did you get raptured today? I didn't know it was happening.
Did it happen today? I don't know. I ate Tylenol.
Oh, good. I hope you get pregnant. Congratulations.
Well, I mean, I could eat some Tylenol, get pregnant, maybe have like a kid that wears one of these, you know, just
listen, man. Not my joke. Not my joke. Somebody said, maybe President Trump should have said that jumping out of airplanes without parachutes led to might lead to autism because the way that people were taking it out. I was like, oh, he said this. I have to. He said, don't do this, so I have to do it. Jumping out of airplanes without a parachute leads to autism. And I was just like, I laughed. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. And when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so bad. That's so bad. And then it had a link to the TikToks about it. And I'm like, why are people, why? I mean, why do you, okay, I get it. You don't like somebody politically. This is not Trump's idea. It was the head of the Harvard Medical School.
yes,
Did a study on it. It's his.
I don't know, man. It's just like all these, and I saw these people. I'm like, really, you're, I hate to see what they're going to look like in a year. What they're going to be saying in a year.
It's happening. Yes. Yes, you're right. Because there's so much. It happens so quickly. And I mean, think about it. It was Jimmy Kimmel thing. It's a week, right?
Yeah.
He's been off. And
isn't he back or something? I don't know, because I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel.
Nobody watched him. But you can watch the whole narrative. Just it keeps spinning. I'm sitting there going, look, like it's all a political thing. Why are people? I don't know. It's bizarre, man. It is so bizarre. It's a wild time. You just make fun of it all.
Yeah, that's all.
Just take a breather. Like all the other late night people, they make jokes about whoever's in office.
Yeah.
He's been dead of. I don't know what his thing was. So anyway, we just make fun of it all. That's what you do, and you keep on going.
Yeah.
And now we evidently Google will allow us to do that because of what they admitted to with Congress. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. They were doing it to YouTube channels. Do you think they're still not going to continue doing that to YouTube channels?
Yeah, I was telling the chat. I was like, some of you have heard me say this stuff, and you know where I have this like fear of things.
Well, I have this. I'm really curious. Do you think they're going to make it up to us? Because I mean, I started at the time that they were doing that. Hey, Gutters Pup.
I love her, man.
Do you think they're going to make that up to us and like give us extra money or maybe increase our monetization? Because they're the ones that screwed us out of all of these, views that we could have like done a whole lot of stuff.
Well, so 100% you're correct. That was, I mean, I've got a couple of things that I remember them taking down. Or I forget how they it's like do you want to admit that you did this, or do you want us to take it down for you? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was there. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if some stuff will ever come back, and I don't care. I've got enough.
No.
It wasn't about content. The stuff I had, I was early on. I don't even think I had a daily show. I didn't know I didn't have an identity.
You've always been the expert. Shut up.
Well, I was identifying as a what? I still do, but I just smile a lot more.
It hasn't changed. You're still a horror.
Yes. And anyway, I was like, well, this is gonna be a historic thing here. I'm gonna just it was somebody all the other streams, I was sniping them, and I was like, because this is gonna be an interesting thing in the future. And then it was like, no, you can't have that. I'm like, whoops. But see, I won't even talk about it in fullness. I won't say what it is that was taken down
No,
because
you
I'm
can't.
scared. I'm like what you said. Do you
Yeah.
really believe it?
I'll believe it whenever that check comes rolling into my bank account for the with a big I'm sorry. Yamaha. Yeah. The ladies like the Yamaha.
I don't know who that is. I used to know somebody that like that, but I haven't seen him. I thought they
It's
went
this
with
guy that
Valhalla
wears
off
wears
to
wears leather and goes around and harasses old
well, that's what
people
I
and
thought
stuff.
happened to him. I thought he was with Valhalla doing a YMCA cover band. What are those? Village People
Yeah.
cover band.
Well, I could see that. I'm sort of
Valhalla's the cowboy.
Yeah, no, Valhalla would
Well, he
be.
has that hat. He has that
No,
hat.
he'd be the Indian. He would. Yamaha would be the cowboy. He'd be wearing the leather.
There's so many jokes you just opened up in my head that are just wildly
Yamaha be the police
inappropriate.
officer, all dressed in leather. It's a cure. I think the ladies would probably tell you. I was raptured briefly. No, that was called sex.
No, dude, this is a real thing. This is a real thing I knew nothing about. It was so like the Googling thing, right? The YouTube and all this stuff. I haven't talked to Miami since last week, and so I called her. I was stuck in traffic. And I called her, and I was like, "Yeah, hey," I was bored, and she's gonna kill me tomorrow, man. She's gonna kill me. Oh my god, dude! Listen, this is how dumb I am. What started this stream? Zach had put in there something about. He said super mod. That's all I put in there, and I said, "Oh man, y'all be glad Miami's here." She'd be like, "Yeah, well, put that wrench in my toolbox." And then I was like, "What did I say?" And I was like, "Oh man!" And I started laughing. I was like, "I'm dead." And this was like the first like 5 minutes tonight. Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead. She's gonna put hurting on you. I'm playing with leather right now.
It's just a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday. Man, I totally forgot it was Tuesday. I've been thinking it's Wednesday the whole time. You're playing doctor right now. I think I'm not like
if you go into the Grok settings, let's go. There's a medical advice part. You could theme it to be answer medical questions. It's crazy, man. They're gonna replace the whole system.
No, there's not. You gotta have the knowledge in the first place. And what if they're wrong? Doctors have never been wrong ever, have they?
If you ask them, they aren't. I'm like, man,
that's why they're practitioners.
Oh my god, dude, I've been around so many doctors that I'm like, yeah, you guys look at graphs and charts, you're doing statistics here. I was like, that's the AI. They just do statistics. They're gonna replace you. This is so. Anyway, so I called Miami. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you survived the Rapture." Where I was like, "I have what? What are you talking about?" And she said, "Have you not been on TikTok?" I'm like, "No." And that's all they're talking about. And that's what I was going to show, man. I'm glad you came on. I want to show you this real quick because there's a couple good ones, and then we'll just go back to goofing off. Like, hold on. How do I forget how I do this? God, they push all these buttons, or they don't push buttons. They make all these buttons. So look at this thing. Look at this. This guy, where'd he go? I think this is the guy right here. I love this one.
I'm here with all humility to apologize to everyone.
Oh, what happened? Sorry.
I'm here with all humility.
I'm not gonna touch any more buttons.
To apologize to everyone who have had me promote Brother Joshua's 23rd, 24th date of September rapture.
Guys, I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had it for 5 years.
He sold his car for the
She's mine
rapture.
no more. Someone else is gonna get her.
Yeah.
I'm catching a flight to heaven in September anyway.
I'm Daniel. I talk about real Christian news, and I'm embarrassed that we even have to cover this topic. I'm talking about the rapture that was predicted to happen September 23rd
Well, I
and
didn't
September
watch.
24th,
Obviously, I didn't watch this whole
2025
thing.
by false prophets. False
Yeah.
rapture
Oh, yeah, here we
predictions
go.
are not new. False prophets are not new, but both are inexcusable.
Hang on a second. There was another one that I want to see. There was it's Rapture Day. Is it this one?
So today is Rapture Day, and once again the claims are coming in that it's happening.
I mean, this whole thing is all eaten up with this.
Oh my God, it's happening, guys! It's happening! It's happening! Wow!
Dude, this is crazy, man. TikTok's evidently been filled with this. And I'm like, what in the world, man, is I was like, well, good. I'm glad people have found an extracurricular activity.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't make it into that group of crazies.
Who was it that said earlier tonight? Said, I'm pretty sure that if the rapture's coming, it's not going to be put on TikTok.
No, you're never going to know. It's just going to happen. Supposedly, that's what, from what I understand, there's no prediction. I mean, wasn't it the Apostle Paul or something like that?
To tell you the truth, man, like I got lost in Revelations when I found that part. You ever seen the movie Tombstone?
Yeah.
And he quotes Revelations, and I was like, man, that's from there on I got lost. I keep just watching Tombstone. He's like, the seal was open, and came a rider. His horse was named riding a pale horse.
Oh,
and
Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
That's a great song too. I listen to that at least once a month. Just I have Asian nieces and nephews who got me laughing at that. Yes. Yes.
Asian nieces. I mean, that's an old throwback term, isn't it? That's like Mad Men. Like, oh, she's my niece. So weird. What a weird world we live in. So anyway. Hang on. The blue whale's so big that if you lay it end to end on a basketball court, the game would be canceled. The chat. This is my weakness, Shiz. It's like I'll see something. I'm like, the first couple of words like interest me. I'm like, the blue whale, and then I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, well, I'll pull it up while I'm reading it. I didn't read that on the end. I was like, oh, that was a pretty good joke. Yeah, it would get canceled.
Probably, hopefully. I mean, either that or you're going to have a hell of a barbecue. Have you ever had whale ribs? I wonder if they're anything like pork ribs.
Whale and well, you know what I did? I searched for whale oil because it's supposed to be really good on lamps.
Yeah. But you know, propane is much cheaper. You gotta get the propane.
Have you? No, you haven't watched anything.
No, you probably haven't.
I was gonna say King of the Hill. Mike Judge has come back out with a.
I know.
Newer. And I watched the first episode, and of course, I'm a huge King of the Hill fan.
What's it on? What channel is it on, or is it on channel?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Disney owns Fox, so
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it because King of the Hill was so fun.
Oh yeah, it's like the first episode. I was just he trapped me, man. He trapped me. I was like, when did all this happen? I was like, oh yeah, it's been gone for 20 years or something like that. That's the difference between the things. And I don't know, it's fun. I like cartoons.
Well, and see, I remember back, what was it? It would have been like right after high school, whenever MTV came out, Beavis and Butthead showed up, and Oh my God. It was all of my friends wrapped into one. It's like wearing the AC/DC and the Metallica t-shirts, and it just like it was so awesome. It was like
Oh
this
man,
is all my friends. This is great. I love it. It was
Beavis and Butthead. It's Mike Judge, man. That guy, everything he does is low key. You don't think about it. He did like the movie Office Space.
yeah.
Like I saw that and I was like, this is dumb. And then next
Oh,
thing I know, I'm just jamming to it.
yeah.
I'm like, it was that the song that's "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangsta." I
Yeah.
love that, man, because
Yes.
I think about that scene in there. Was it with the copy machine? I have
Yes.
a red what's it, swing
Stapler.
line stapler just because of what's
I
his
do
name?
too. Yeah, I got one also.
I don't have it with. I gave it to my wife because she has she has like a pen and paper type job.
Yeah, me too. So that's why I've got it.
Rosemary, yeah. Don't let me forget to send you that picture. It's not bad. It's a good picture. It's a funny picture. I just made it sound so bad. So,
You're so wrong, man. You're so wrong, but so good.
oh, dude, everything's wrong.
Well, I mean,
Dude.
it's been. I can say that this year has probably been like the most insane year. Like it really has been. I mean,
It's
the past like year has just been crazy insane. You had Trump like got popped in the head, and then you had like another guy try to like delete him that just got 5 years in prison. You hear about that?
yeah. I was just talking about it. It's like he represented himself, and he said that he had no intent to kill because he didn't pull the trigger, so there's no crime. Those were his words. And then the prosecutor said he devised the plan, was following him for weeks, was at the golf course, had a gun with a round in the chamber and the safety off.
Yeah,
No intent.
no intent.
Oh, and they said he was trying to buy anti-aircraft weapons to shoot down Trump's plane. I'm like, what flea markets is he going to?
I don't
I've
know.
never even thought about what?
I mean, I wouldn't think about it to like shoot down planes, but it would be pretty cool to have like a big 50 caliber, that actually those are pretty badass. I've fired those. They're fun.
Oh man. Dude, well actually wait, I may have my history a little bit. I don't think I think I might be right on this. I'm never right about anything. John Moses Browning, the guy who like invented everything back then, firearm wise, he invented the 50 caliber, and I think it was like in World War One, and they were anti-aircraft guns.
Well, initially they
going
used,
against biplanes,
actually they used them more for anti-personnel, and the reason that you would use the 50 caliber machine gun for anti-personnel is because you could fire it into a wooded area where there were troops, and if the bullets didn't get them, the splintering trees, and if the splintering trees didn't get them, the trees falling on them would. So yeah, they work really good for like troop suppressions. Just saying.
$10 a shot.
Yeah, but at that time they weren't. I mean, shoot.
Fools, what's going on? By the way, the Miami Hurricanes beat the Florida Gators.
So you were talking about visiting different baseball stadiums or basketball stadiums. Which one?
Baseball, because Alicia G said the Mariners clinched the West.
See, I've been to was it Coors Field that's out in Colorado? Of course, I've been to
beautiful.
I've been to 3 different Braves stadiums. I've been to the Washington Nationals. My wife has been to the Red Sox, and I've definitely been to, she's been to Fenway. I haven't been to Fenway, but I'd been to Cubs. What is that? Soldier Wrigley. So sorry.
Yeah, soldiers, the Bears.
The Bears. Yeah, I've been to Wrigley at least 4 times in my life. I mean, I lived in Chicago, but never went until I went and visited. Just isn't that screwed up? Expert can't leave the state legally, so he won't go to any states. That's because they don't exist. Nothing exists outside of Tennessee.
What are you doing this wake right now?
Yeah, why are you
Baker is he was doing a case on the baby Memphis Bridge, and I was like, now I do know the old State Highway Bridge. They'll call that the old bridge, but it's the Hernando de Soto Bridge is the one that goes across Mississippi River. Which I'm assuming that's what he was saying was baby bridge. Anyway, he was talking about it this afternoon, and I asked him, I said, "Well, you ever had a Memphis butter cookie?" Because Lil Dolph, the rapper, king of the Memphis rapper, he got killed over his cookies. Random stupid stuff, man. I know.
Wow. No, I mean it's so. I'm trying to think. I've been to
Wrigley, and I've been I saw the Mariners were the first game I ever saw, and then I've always been a little Cubs fan since being a little kid, and we went there. Cousin was getting married, so guys, that's the only thing I've been to. Never been to the Braves, man. Every year, I always say this spring, when spring starts, I'm like, I'm gonna go see the Braves this year.
The Braves aren't even in Atlanta anymore. That's what sucks about it. They're out in Marietta. It's a nice field, but they're out in Marietta. I mean, it's because you had the old Fulton County Stadium that was there, which is just, and I was there the year before they tore it down, and then I didn't go to the new Turner Stadium that they built, because the part of the parking lot they have the old Fulton County Stadium there, like the wall was still there, and so that was part of the parking lot, and then you have Turner Stadium
downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went to Turner probably at least 30 or 40 different times. I went the same year that the Braves got, won the World Series. They were
in the World Series like 20 times, weren't they? And what?
Yeah,
but they won it. It was crazy.
They won it. Yeah, the year that they won it, that was was Griff that was on there, that was good. That was a really good showing. And then like they said, oh, we're moving it out to Marietta or something like that. I was just like, really? You like spent all this money on this stadium and now you're tearing it down and you're putting in like, I don't know. It's a mess. Just like Atlanta is a complete mess. And you have to understand the bad part about Atlanta. It was never meant to be a big city. And so they never did any planning for it. Like if you drive through Atlanta, you're driving over railroad tracks that they never dug up. Like they've got old trolley trains that used to run through there, and they messed up everything because of the city planners said we want people to pay to park. And so they made sure that the MARTA rail trains did not run through Atlanta. So there's no train system through the heart of fucking Atlanta. You have to get on a bus to go anywhere. And it's just.
So here's that stupid history stuff of me. Like I used to go to Atlanta a lot. I haven't been in forever. And I was in Atlanta and I'm like, man, how is this? It's was it the Big Apple of the South or whatever. It's the New York of the South. I forget what I can't remember the nicknames for it. But anyway, it was just the jewel of the South. Like it was some people don't realize how segregated the country was still split. I still think it's split. But not so much down the lines of from the Civil War. But anyway, I was like, so how did Atlanta become so big? I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm like, wow, man, like if it had been raining, I'd have drowned. I was a redneck
Probably
in a building. And I was trying to figure out how did they get so big because there's no river. And everything was always traditionally built on river. And then I found out the trains.
Yeah. The trains.
Yeah.
Well, and they the only thing that really boomed that made Atlanta really boom was whenever they hosted the Olympics, which they screwed that up also.
Well, it literally boomed.
Yeah, I mean it that's whenever Atlanta took off. Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Penny, is that right?
No. Clint Eastwood did a movie on that.
Yeah, I know who it was. I just, but the only reason I know who it is, one of my friends, whenever he was delivering pizzas, went and delivered pizzas to him. Yeah, he's dead now. No, he went and delivered pizzas to him. He was just like, he shows up and there's all these cops around. He's like, what the hell is going on? He goes up and he was just like, oh, here you go. Here's your pizza. He's like, thanks. Just like this must really suck. And he's like, yeah, it really sucks.
Yeah. That guy, he got shafted by the media.
Yeah.
There you go, man. There you go.
Claremont Lounge did not make Atlanta boom. That was Claremont Lounge.
Sorry, it is on the National Historic Registry.
So is the fucking Varsity. I mean, come on.
The Claremont was the only place that would allow.
Yeah,
I think it's a civil rights spot.
Well, if you go right up the street from there, you've got the Majestic, which is like they've refinished all of the Majestic. There's still an old theater over there. Like, because I used to live in that. That's all in the Virginia Highlands area. I used to live in that area. So you had the Majestic, Neighbors Pub. You had Dark Horse Tavern. I used to play there all the time, which you'd play down in the basement. Huh?
I think I know that place.
Yeah, Dark Horse Tavern. Yeah, it's a cool little place. But see that's whenever the Virginia Highlands was absolutely dead. I mean, nobody really lived there because it was all part of a smaller community. You had Fleeman's Fountain that was over there on the corner, which had all of like the old Coke memorabilia and shit like that. And then up the road you had the Dark Horse. Brendan O'Brien lived up that way. So did Johnny Colt until you got up to like Smith's Old Bar on what is that road? Virginia Avenue. Yeah, it was Virginia Avenue.
Chat what Triumph Fools here is talking about with the Claremont, what Shizzy's talking about. Claremont is if I'm gonna have this wrong.
Just go look up Blondie.
First traveling, but it was a real hotel.
Yeah,
right?
It still is.
It was one of the few places that Black people could stay in, or something like that. It had something to do with that, the whole civil rights era and all that stuff. But the lounge itself, the bar, it's a hoot, and all these places that Shizzy's talk about, they have history in old Atlanta. This whole thing, this is what I get so angry when stuff's like, oh, it's racist, this, racist, that. Man, it was such back then was such a different time.
Going
way back to the actual civil rights, like when Claremont and all that stuff was becoming famous. But even all when transition and everything was, it wasn't segregated anymore. There was a soul. Like the places just felt like they had soul, and these are great music venues, y'all. And when I say like good music venues, we're talking about like you'd have house bands that they were probably better than anything, touring the nation, and they're just on that one place all the time playing. And it's just so great.
It sort of was a little bit like if you go into New Orleans, it had that same sort of vibe to it where it was just like the place to go. Did MG actually fall down tonight? Possibly. he might have pulled a groin muscle, but it was even whenever I was there, it was small. I mean, like the Highlands, everybody would come in from Buckhead because that's where all the people that had money would come in, and they would basically slum it in the Highlands. And now you go into Buckhead and you're lucky if you walk out of there with your life. I mean, it's
crazy.
It's bad, dangerous, bad. Like all the clubs down there, they used to have like all the like sort of raves and crap like that, that were happening, and people would just party like crazy. Saw the urban shake dancers. I don't know how many times playing down there. Anytime you go down there, urban shake dancers would be playing. You have a Claremont sticker on your bar, and I'm drinking. I have a Claremont koozie as I type. Well, Are you using a can? Because you can always have Blondie come over and smash one of those cans for you.
Those of y'all that don't know what Shizzy's talking about, it was, I don't know how this woman,
Blondie, man.
just every once in a while you just run into someone and you just like, that's just Blondie, right?
That's Blondie, man. She was awesome.
She was not of a medical augmentation. She was all natural, and she was before you had these little as seen on TV can crushers, to go recycle. She would crush the cans.
Oh, and the Claremont Lounge used to just serve PBR, so they'd have like the tall boys of PBR in there, and she crushed those things. Just wow, you tip her, man. She would do it for you. She might drink your beer before she crushed it too. She was awesome. Blondie was cool as hell.
Kind of think of like the movie Porky's. Yeah, but there was no pork in it. I'm thinking it's not. It's that's right. It's that
Yeah, no,
it just seems like you go there and it's just like you're out in the middle of the swamp, and Porky's is. Well, this was like just like out kind of like in the middle of nowhere, and you're just kind of like, you're looking, how did I get here? And next thing you know is like, I don't think I fit in, but I don't want to go anywhere else.
Oh, I mean, I saw pictures of what it used to look like where because where Fleeman's Fountain was a like soda fountain / pharmacy. Okay. So if you were standing there at Fleeman's and you walked out the front door, which the whole front end got replaced because old Fleeman's wife drove her car into it. It was awesome. But if you walked out the front door and, so you walk out the front door, you got Virginia and then you got Ponce was over there. If you looked over where Ponce was, that was nothing but farmland as far as the eye could see.
Oh, wow.
Like, and that would go all the way down towards like where the train tracks were and everything, because that's where Terminus is. You've got Terminus, and that's where all the trains used to come in. They don't come in there anymore. But you had all of that over there in that area, and then of course you had the Black Box, which was a recording studio that Rathburn bought that out and turned it into a steakhouse and a couple other things like the Chef Rathburn, and all of that area where the Black Box is, and all of those houses. Most of those houses got ripped out of there. I mean, you could have back in the 90s, you could have picked up one of those houses for about 50 grand because they were just like completely trash. We're talking about, a 250, 300,000, 3,000 square foot house, 4 stories, old school, but they just abandoned it because it just got so trashy around there because that was like around Little 5 Point. What a crazy place. And now it's like all condos, and they've got the Atlanta, whatever you call that, it's something they named it. I can't remember what they call it. I mean, it's just basically a big walking path, and they have shops and crap like that. The Beltway is what it's called. The Atlanta Beltway runs over by the Koger building, and there's used to be like the 5th precinct down there, something like that for Atlanta. And then you had on the other side of that, you had what was it called? It wasn't the Roxy. It was something else. Used to play there all the time too. Grandpa telling stories about World War I. Man, Atlanta just doesn't look like it used to. I mean, I used to be able to walk everywhere that I wanted to go, and if not, I could jump on a bus or a train or whatever. But
you didn't have to worry about being Ukrained on it.
Yeah, exactly. You've been to the apartments of the old Sears building. Yeah. I know exactly where that is, and there was a Kroger over there too. Yeah, they spend crazy money. I used to live right over near there, like 2 blocks away from
there. So it's funny, like Shizzy's World War I stories, K-Dubs, is same stories, like it's everywhere in the South, I feel like. And here's the thing, this was the craziest thing. Like, I watched Nashville. Like, I've always loved Nashville. I always thought it was a cool place. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, what's going on? And there were houses that were being torn down, and 2 houses were being built in that lot. So you started seeing addresses with halves in it, and it was just like, that's not the way it's supposed to be. And that was the part of their Nashville's gentrification. That was their good idea. They're good idea And here's the funny thing. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of that restaurant now. It's a old steakhouse in Nashville. And I started talking to a guy that was working there. And I don't know how we got into like where he was from in Nashville. And it was a black guy, and he was saying, "Yeah, man." He's like, "My was his mom?" He said, "My mama has been offered." It was like $350,000 for her house. Said my daddy bought it for $25,000. So she won't sell it. I told her, I was like, it's why would you? That's your home.
Yeah.
So we started talking about it. I said, that's the problem, man. It's like they're people are coming in, the whole gentrification thing. People are taking these big, huge lumps of money. It's like, yeah, I hit the lotto. My little place, you're gonna buy it for $1 million, and it's crazy how some of stuff was. And we were talking about, I was like, what the problem is though, is like those people, they get that money, they go out there and they leave, and then they run out of the money. And you know what they go? They do. They go back to where they used to live, and it's all different, but they stay there. And this guy, he's like, that's 100% how it is. He said it's sad. It's like, but he said at the same time, it's like all these rich people, all, coming from all these other places moving in here. He said they're gonna have a rude awakening real quick one day. And he's like, I wouldn't live I wouldn't live where I grew up in.
No.
And
well, it's like it's like if you look
good
at
night, Ralph.
if you look at Windsor Parkway, which is that right? Yeah, Windsor Parkway. Windsor Parkway used to be like you had Buckhead, and then you had like, well, it's all Brookhaven now, but it used to be Buckhead would be on the end of Windsor Parkway. All those houses through there, you'd be driving through and you'd see people selling drugs on the street corner. That's the kind of place it was, over by right behind Oglethorpe College. Okay.
Dude.
So all that property behind Oglethorpe College was nothing but ghetto. And while they were turning things over there, it was you would have like a $1 million home on the corner. You'd have like a little 3-bedroom shack next to it, and you had guys selling drugs on the corner. And within like 5 years, I don't think you can buy a house over there for under like 30 million, 15 million. And they were just buying up all that property. They went through there and they bought like, they must have spent probably close to 10 million just buying people out. And they made their money back in just, it's insane. Like those houses are really nice down through there now.
Oh man, it's just.
But Oglethorpe had some strange rules, because Oglethorpe, they had it written into, and if you find one of the old houses, you go back and look at all their title work. It used to be if you were black, you could not own property around Oglethorpe. It was written into the statutes. Like all this stuff's been overturned, but I mean, fighting through those title works.
Yeah, what were those titles? There's a name for them. I forget.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I've seen I've gone through title work that goes all the way back to, what is it, Henry the Third or whatever the hell his name was. That was.
Oh, you're going back to like the original.
Yeah.
Georgia, right.
Yeah. It's just like, holy crap. Like, and sometimes you won't see any break of chain in the title. Like that's how far back you're having to go, because
that's crazy.
Because it just got handed down from generation to generation. Nobody knew the other one owned it, and they never cleared the title. And it's just like, holy crap. I mean, now you have to do like a 50-year title search, and I think they're getting ready to change that, because some of this property's just been in people's families for decades. So it might end up becoming like a 100-year title search just to clear title, make sure that everybody's taken care of. It's crazy, man.
The big thing was, you said it like it was in families and all stuff. It was farmland, man. It's always farmland, and they don't want to give up the farm. And then at some point, he's like, "Oh, hey, I got Meemaw's farm. Somebody wants to give me $1 million for it. I'm moving to Florida."
Well, and it's not just that. A lot of times you'd have like a large piece of land, and then you would start separating it out, and you wouldn't get the survey done properly, and then they own the property for their lifetime. They sell it, and they don't realize that they own this little piece next to it. They've been paying the taxes on it all the time, but it's just this separate piece that's. And man, all the confusion that comes from that, man, it's crazy. Like, but I look at title work all day long, so I'm just like,
oh, dude, yeah, like I hated it so much in law school. I was like, man, I don't want to ever do this because the trying to clear one stuff. There's not many people that do that per county either. There's usually like one. Well, I mean, I guess obviously your area has more than one, but around in Tennessee, these small counties, so there might be one person in that county, and that's all they specialize in, and they can do it forward and backwards. And I'm just sitting there, I'm in awe. Like I cannot figure out I forget the different measurements now for it goes down to here, this angle and that, and then it switches over to the plat in zone B, Civic book 7. I'm like, wait a second, I thought we were doing measurements here. Now we're in plats and books.
Oh no, because
it just makes
that's really easy because all it's doing is it's referencing what is in the book and page number. So all you have to do is reference the book and page number, and it'll tell you exactly the rest of it. See,
this is like law. It wears you out to the point where you realize that some people can just do certain things. We're all in chutes and ladders and Candyland, whatever, by school teachers and all that stuff.
Yes.
Like anybody can do whatever they want to do, but then you get into it. I can't do titles, never ever. Oh,
I've seen my wife write. She's like, all right, I need you to read this back to me so I make sure that I have it right. And it's just like, and she's like, you have to be very specific. If you're saying degrees or if you're saying, feet, meters, every single thing has to be exactly how it's written out here. And I'm like, holy crap, because I've seen them before where it's like almost a page, because there's like zigzags and crap like that going through property. Like, holy crap.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But she's sitting there looking at, reading it and typing it out. I'm like, I specialize in bird law.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, so your wife's one of those people. Yeah, I'm sitting there like,
yeah.
What are you talking about? What's happening? Like, this is
like my wife could probably.
I loved listening to him.
She could run surveys. I mean, she probably could.
Yeah, well, the survey, that's a whole nother thing too. Oh man, those people were great. But I'll tell you, the only time I ever found it interesting, you're doing a title on something, property lines, whatever, is when and I learned this from from a guy who wasn't an attorney, wasn't involved in that stuff, but high school educated, man. He taught himself more about the law than most lawyers I've ever met. And he said, a lot of stuff you start finding, it's like the measurements was up to the rock, down the tree line to the creek, right 100 yards, and then up to, and I was like, yeah, how do you follow it? And he said, okay. And he told me the road to take, and that's the road I took every day to the office. And he said, there's farms on that land, on that road, right? And they're all up on a hill. He said, don't look at them. He's like, look at them as like when you see the top of the hill, the crest, that's going to be the line. That's the property line for everybody down there. He said, and then you'll start seeing tree lines. And he's like, when you start seeing tree lines, that's the edge of the property. And he said, I don't know, it's been there forever. That's just what it's going to be. I'm like, huh? And then I was like, he was like, I started driving and it's like, I don't see, and all of a sudden it was like, I looked through like 3D glasses or something. I was like,
holy crap.
Oh, I see it. And our house that we had at the time, you could see we had cherry trees all across our back fence. And if you looked, you could see them all, like all the neighbors and stuff. Like some of them were cut down, but then there'd be more cherry trees up here, and they're all in a straight line. And I tried to impress my wife with my knowledge of like that's the old property line. That's why that's the end of our property. And I try to explain it to her, and she's like,
Okay.
well, why don't you just go surveyor? Well, looky here. Look, he's in the chat. How's Mustard doing, Catcher? I haven't seen you for. Hey, She Hunts. Good night. Thank you so much for partaking in the Better Late Show.
No, I've my wife had one where it's just like, yeah, but what happens whenever that tree is gone where they're making their marker from? I was like, that's where you have those old guys that know the neighborhood, that they can exactly point out where it was, because they're probably the ones that pulled it up. That was what my grandfather would do. All these people would come out and just be like, listen, we're trying to run a survey on this property, and they said to come see you. And my grandfather was like, well, what are you looking for? And he would go, well, I'm looking for, and he would name off the place. My grandfather would be like, oh, that's the old Goody Farm. And he's just like, all right, I think I know where the marker is that you're looking for, because you're looking for a steak. And he would
that's a whole nother one. Yes.
He goes, oh, just come with me.
Well, I did get down with the traders. I was like, hey, I'm George Washington. And my wife didn't think that was funny either. Some of my best material. Like, I was like, hey,
If you would have made a cutting board out of it, she would have been impressed. Like a cherry and a birch cutting board, or not birch, but maple cutting board looks awesome. Like
she said, why do I need another worthless piece of wood around here?
Well, I wasn't talking about you, man.
I was like, I know. You just make it up in her, I believe, because it's easier. It's weird property, man. So like you talk about the old timers. If you ever find like there's like a farm store or something like that way out in the country, you go in there and you start looking for a place where people will be sitting, and there'll be like the farmers will show up in the morning at the co-op, the feed store, whatever it is, and they just talk about the weather and stuff. And those people, I remember there was this like some hippie stuff, whatever, got all upset because the city wanted to cut down a tree, and they were like, these are 300-year-old oak trees. And like, as far as like, I remember when those things were like up here, I don't think they're as old as people think they are. And finally, which is kind of a funny story, that one actually led to the guy that came in and he bought the property, and they were giving him a whole hell of a time about everything, and he made all these plans for these trees and stuff, and the city still wanted to give him a building permit, so he went there on a Saturday night and just cut them all down. And everybody's like, oh my god, just cut the trees. And guess what, when they cut down these huge big supposed 300-year-old oak trees, they were hollow on the inside.
Yep, rotted.
Yep.
I knew a judge that did the same thing. Woke up to that.
Man, yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love the Green Acres judge.
Yeah.
All right, they get on their farmer on their tractor on the weekend.
Well, I do have to jump off here. I got a stream due in the morning, brother. It's good seeing you.
End this. I'm gonna end it right now.
All right, do it.
It's because it's late. Yeah, I did the whole thing. I was like, I was gonna wait till real late and do something. This is the amount of my creative genius.
Hey, you gotta have some fun, man. Gotta have some fun.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just make stuff up as I go along. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate everybody. Love you guys. Thank you, Shizzy. Thank you for hanging out.
Definitely, brother. Thanks for having me.
Hey, you know what? If I was cool and stuff, I could link up to somebody else that's doing something else somewhere, but I can't do it. Hey guys, I'm gonna give you this one. This is your foreign love. Just think about that. It doesn't have my